StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of MidRank Madness. This is a game between Chortle and VladImpaler on Galactic Process, the latter edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is VladImpaler. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Chortle. Now, I have to admit that I do not recognize... Well, I recognize the name Vlad the Impaler, but I'm not entirely sure what his backstory is. Maybe he's a vampire hunter? Yeah, I think that's right. Alright, so this is MidRank Madness, where we showcase gold, platinum, and diamond level replays. Go ahead and submit your gold MidRank Madness level replay to falconpaladin@gmail.com. With the subject of MidRank Madness, I'll go ahead and send it to my screeners along with all the others I receive. They will vote on the best ones, and I will cast those. Looks like an extractor here. Yep, extractor with a barracks. Vlad the Impaler likely going to go for one of those Reaper expands. These guys know what to do. They know what to do in the early game, or things start to fall apart is when they actually start to battle the other player, when they have to do micro and macro at the same time. I know I have that struggle. I'm worried about microing my Lings out at the front here, attacking the Terran, and I go back and I haven't injected for like 3 minutes, and I haven't teched up at all, and I haven't expanded. It's bad. It's a bad feeling. So, hopefully Chortle can avoid those pitfalls, and hopefully Vlad the Impaler can continue to tech up while he is attacking the Zerg player. Actually getting a second refinery here is Vlad the Impaler. And the barracks is going to finish. Let's see what we get out of this thing. Vlad has a lot of stuff, man. He has a lot of stuff. No, going for a tech lab. Tech lab opening on the barracks. Might try to expand here. He's got 2 SCVs. One of them... Ah, there we go. Finishing off this wall. So really worried about early Ling harass. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe he's dealt with it before, but... Nope, pool's not even close to finish for Chortle. Vlad the Impaler should feel fairly safe here. And getting a Marine after that tech lab finishes, and no sign of an expansion. Only 1 worker on the second refinery. Whatever plans he has, I do not recognize them. No, he has 3. Okay. So maybe it's a Banshee opening. He's walling this off so the Zerg player doesn't know there's not an expansion here. A 1-base Banshee play can be pretty good, but we'd have to see a starport pretty much immediately after this factory in order for this to be valid. Meanwhile, Zerg player just working on getting some queens. Beautiful stuff. No Lings in production. If there was a Reaper coming, this would be a problem for you, Chortle. If you have no defense at all, Reapers can really wreck your mineral line. That's just a tip from me. Usually pros get about 4 Lings waiting for their queens to come. Keep the Reaper on the creep. Do not engage off creep and you'll be fine. You'll be just fine. So actually going for a Hellion with Blue Flame. A Blue Flame Hellion rush with a second factory coming up. Yes. Alright, I love non-standard stuff. Is this a mech play out of VladImpaler? We're going to call him Vlad from now on just because VladImpaler is a lot of syllables. And Chortle and Vlad make a lot more sense. Overlord's in prime positions to scout. This one is scouting right up the front, and there's nothing available to shoot it. Where did that Marine go? Here he is. Marine huffing it back down to this front door, saying, Overlord, get out of my airspace. I don't like seeing you here. And the Marine actually does not go after the Overlord directly. He instead is going to hang out nearby, but not close enough to shoot. Here we go. Now he's coming in to finally take down the evil, evil Overlord. Yeah, just making Hellions. Not reactored Hellions, just 1 regular at a time Hellions with the Blue Flame upgrade coming in here. The Lings are going to get inside for a scout. Go, Lings, go. Yes, Lings get inside for the scout. They try to kill this Marine to save the Overlord. Does not happen. Might have given the Overlord enough time to escape, though. That would be nice. And expansion is coming up now for Vlad as well. And that was scouted. That was scouted here by Chortle. Overlord manages to escape with 18 hit points, getting onto this low ground the Marine does not want to follow him onto. Maybe he does. Oh. Maybe he does. Overlord, get out. Or someone needs to come save him. Some Lings need to get in here, but no, he can't make it to this high ground before he dies. Blorp, good job. Good job, Marine. Took some shots to the face from Zerglings, but did kill an Overlord. Feel proud about that one. Cyclone coming up from Vlad as well. Ah, alright. Let me take a look at this. 400 damage over 14 seconds to ground targets, and 400 damage over 14 seconds to flying targets. So this is not on the test map. Lock-on can actually affect both flying and ground targets. A supply block here on Vlad, a very temporary supply block, though. He's now continuing his Hellion production, so he's meching it up. He's meching it up. I love this. Holy spine crawlers, Batman. What's going on, Chortle? Chortle has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spine crawlers at his natural base. Nothing in his main, which makes me wonder. I mean, what if the Hellions just run by and get up this ramp and murder your stuff? What then? Huh? Supply drop on 2 of these supply depots, actually. From VladImpaler. We have Mag Field Accelerator, increasing the damage of the Cyclones. I don't think we've seen Mass Cyclone play against Zerg on this channel. We've seen Mass Cyclone against Protoss, not to super great effect, but against Zerg should be interesting. Should be super interesting. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of roaches here from Chortle. 11 on the way. That roach warren we did see just a couple of minutes ago. Creep spread is fairly non-existent. I mean, there's a couple creep tumors, but I think there are really only two of them. Two of them, and Vlad decides it's time to move out. He's 5 minutes in. He's got Cyclones. He's got Hellions. He's pushing out with some SCVs to repair. He's going to see what he can do. It's just 11 roaches. Seems like a lot of roaches against this many units. Is there an armory for Vlad? Nope, no armory, so these have to be Hellions, not Hellbats, which would be a lot better in this situation, sadly enough. An Overseer coming in for Chortle. This Widowmine could be spotted in the event of an emergency battle, although these guys do not see each other. They do not see each other at all. Hellions. Ah, here we go. Hellions and Cyclones going to knock down the Destructible here using that lock-on ability. It has been targeted by Cyclone's lock-on ability. Thank you, little notification thing on the Destructible window. Bam, gone. Does he want to scan and take out that creep tumor? I do not know. Good scouting by this Overseer, seeing no third base yet. Dropping a Changeling that's doing nothing whatsoever. Come on, Changeling. Get some scouting information in there. One Ling tries to confront this stuff. Widowmine takes down another Ling that comes in, trying to see what's going on with this bio. And roach count looking good for Chortle. Taking a third base as well. Up along this left side is Chortle, not in the traditional spot, just to the right of the main. Huh. Interesting expansion pattern there as well. So Vlad going right onto this creep and trying to use that lock-on ability to take roaches out. Two of them very low on health, but not dead yet. Not dead yet. Another Overseer coming in. I think, did he know? He knows there are Widowmines because Widowmine killed one of his Lings. And continuing to produce back at home. But again, supply blocked. Vlad, why are you supply blocked so hard right here? I do not know. I do not know. All right. So Chortle, what you working on, man? Chortle floating some minerals, about 600 minerals, 100 gas. Vlad at 600, 300 or so. He can't deal with these roaches with the Hellions. It's just not good. If he could go Hellbat, it'd be a lot better. Actually roasting one of the very weakened roaches with the Hellions and the Blue Flame, doing well there. Just kind of dancing back and forth. I'm surprised he hasn't thrown a scan down yet to clear out these creep tumors. He has enough energy to do so, at least on one of his orbital commands. Just choosing not to do it. Baneling's on the way. Hydra's on the way for Chortle too. Both of those tech structures coming up at least. Lock on, trying to kill this queen, and yes, gonna get it. Lock on, a couple more shots. No, doesn't. 10 hit points left. Not quite there. I mean, the lock on's doing some good damage, but he keeps moving out of the range where it actually continues firing. So it's not really working out for him as well as he would have supposed, and he's gonna back on out, perhaps try another avenue of attack. Perhaps try to take down this hatchery that he doesn't know exists. He can't see that creep though, so he can probably guess right now what's going on over there, and he's going to come up this ramp instead. No, he's going to try to use lock-on and the Hellions to take down this hatch very quickly. Wow! Look at that lock-on damage. Bam! Third hatch falls. I don't think Chortle even really responded to that at all. So Vlad considers it a job well done. It's 2 base to 2 base. Up 3 base now on the way for Vlad, actually constructing it in that third base location. And grouping up with some more of the Cyclones. More Cyclones coming in. That third command center, like I said. Pneumatized Carapace on the way for Chortle, getting +1 attack for the missile type stuff. It's 34 to 43 Harvesters. Chortle could probably drone up a little bit more. He is definitely droning on the back of this. Vlad not making any more SCVs. I think you're going to go 3 base. You got to have a few more workers, Vlad. And getting some more gas income there as well. A starport, a second starport. Perhaps he's going to follow this up with Banshee, which I think would be a brilliant move. This is a lot of Roach and Spinecrawler, and neither of those things are very good against Banshee, as it turns out. We did a study. That was the answer. Third base has not been replanted. There are some locusts, some larvae there. They got cleaned out, and going up that ramp is just pain, man. Don't do it. Yep, losing one of the Cyclones. They're a little fragile. 120 hit points. They are armored. I mean, he does have +1 armor completed on his vehicles, which makes him a little bit more tanky, but it's just not enough. Baneling Nest is researching centrifugal hooks. Corvid Reactor coming in here from Vlad. So maybe he's going to get some Ravens. I mean, I hope he would get some Ravens. Definitely getting a Liberator. Definitely working on +2 armor here as well. Chortle decides to replant his third base here at the traditional third base location, which is a little bit safer, a little bit closer to home. I suppose it's actually probably a farther run from the main base or the natural base to defend this thing, so I can see where Chortle was going with it, but decides to backtrack on that decision, and instead is going to take the third in that other place. Fusion. Where are you, Fusion Core? I hate it when I click on stuff and it doesn't show up. There you are, right side. Right side is the Fusion Core. Likely just for the advanced ballistics upgrade for those liberators. And yeah, 9 drones on the way. Chortle starting to drone up correctly at this point. Liberator setting up a defender mode circle that he can fall back to, and the 4th base getting canceled. Good cancel reaction time there from Chortle, and trying to stand on and against these roaches, trying to bait the roaches here into this circle of doom, but no. Chortle wants nothing to do with it whatsoever. Although I think this number of hydras should be able to handle this liberator just fine. It's just so scary. It's just so scary to go up that ramp. Getting advanced ballistics, increasing the range of that defender mode circle by 4. Go out a little bit farther away from the liberator, making her a little bit more safe when she is attacking. And +2 missile attack on the way from Chortle. So again, Cyclone count looking good. Does he not know about scans? Vlad the Impaler, do you not know about scans? That is the question of the day. And here it is, standing on in, trying to win this battle. Can't do it straight up. Good job kiting, though. Doing a lot of work here and then walking right into the circle of doom, but no. Chortle says, I'm out. After losing a couple of roaches and a hydra, decides it's not worth it. Chasing in again, though. Vlad being very brave, trying to whittle down this army as best he can. Creep spread continuing from Chortle, and Raven is coming in. Raven is being constructed here. So that should help get rid of these creep tumors that Vlad doesn't seem to know how to get rid of otherwise. So 3rd base is up and running. There is no static defense here whatsoever. All the spine crawlers over here by the natural. There are roaches and hydras defending the 3rd, though. So Vlad might not want to go in there if he can help it. Liberator should probably reposition at this point. And where is that Raven? Here's the Raven. Here's the Raven coming in to join the Terran army. Should be able to spot these creep tumors and destroy them. It is 42 to 48 total harvesters, but 5 drones are on the way right now from Chortle, and actually getting the Raven upgrade explosive shrapnel shells. That increases, is it the duration or the damage done by auto turrets? I always forget. Damage of auto turrets and seeker missiles by 30%. So damage done, which is good. And here we go, using the Raven to clear out creep tumors. I guess he really doesn't want to use scans at all. Some Lings try to come in here, but again, the Hellions with Blue Flame are just too dang strong. No attack upgrades whatsoever on these bio units, but I'm not sure that it really matters all that much. A Ling attempt, or a Ling attack attempt. 2 of them do manage to survive the run by, and they might get up here. Nope, an immediate lift by Vlad. These Lings are going absolutely nowhere. Not that it really matters. Tank, kill him. There you go. A tank 3 shots a Ling when it's not in siege mode. I did not know that. That is something we can learn for sure. Lurker Den on the way for the Chortle. 14 Banelings under construction for Chortle as well. Glial Reconstitution, +1 Ground Carapace, all manner of upgrades. Chortle spending his money pretty darn well at this point. And Vlad getting Vikings. I don't know what he saw that made him feel like he needs Vikings. Maybe he's going to try to take out the Overseers. But if not, I don't know what he's doing there. Queen spreading additional creep up towards that old 3rd base. Oh, look at this, a 4th base on the way for Chortle. Just to the up right of that 3rd base. And I like this. I like the expansion pattern. Again, creep spread trying to do what it can here. Just Vlad's done a pretty good job in clearing it out as well. So Vlad setting up a bit of a contain here. When I say it's a bit of a contain, it's not a full contain, because there are definitely still avenues, still paths that Chortle can go attack his base. He'd be in a lot of trouble if that happened. But he's definitely got the main avenues on lockdown here. Here it is. Now moving up a little bit closer, being a little braver. Here is Vlad trying to clearing out more and more of these creep tumors, trying to take out spines, staying out of range of the spines as best as possible. Here he comes with the roaches, with the banelings, trying to kite as fast as he can. Liberators just killing quite a few stuff. Hydra is taking out the Liberators though. And Chortle decides he's done enough damage there, clearing the Liberators away from his front door, which to me is a pretty good goal to achieve, but more Liberators are here, and by that I mean there's one. I mean there is one. Spines coming to the front. Vlad, it's time to go, man. If you're going to do this, it's time to go. Lurker's on the way for Chortle. Lurker's going to cause you a ton of trouble. Unless these Ravens... Is he Hunter-Seeker Missile? Hunter-Seeker Missile! On the bam! Killing that roach, greatly weakening others. Good use of Hunter-Seeker. Liberator forces a cancel on a Baneling. Lurker coming on in. But guess what? There are Ravens. They are detectors. They are detectors on these things. Auto turret getting tossed down, dies immediately. What with this, the Lurker and the Spine Crawler here. But Lurker dies. Oh, these Lurkers are all going to die. Get out of there, Lurkers. Run. No, Lurkers are all gone. Spine Crawler gone too. And look at this. Chortle's in a ton of trouble right now. Cyclones coming in, taking out the Queens, trying to get rid of the Spines, but keep it going just outside of the range of the lock-on. He wants to sit in that sweet spot where the lock-on still hits it, but the Spine cannot. He's having a really, really hard time finding that. The natural base is going to die. It's looking super bad for the Zerg player, and boom. Natural's gone. Viking in here just taking out random overlords, hurting them immensely. A Ling counterattack, though, coming up to the middle of the map. Ling Hydra Lurker actually doing a great job in this situation. The tank's doing splash damage on everything, though, but getting right on top of that are these Hydras. They should be able to hold it, and they do. Some Cyclones come in to do more work, and they do get some nice shots off. Ling's dying all over the place. That Liberator has 7 total kills. More lock-ons attempting to be used on the Hydras and killing them. He just keeps losing Cyclones in the process. Cyclones on a bad rally. One dies, walking right past the Zerg army. The other one dies too. Seems like a bad feeling. +2, +1 here on the Hydras. Lock-on ability used to kill one of the Lurkers. That's pretty darn good news. And Liberator up to 11 kills, continuing just to absolutely destroy the Lings that walk into these circles. Getting Hydras too. And just one-shotting the Hydras like they're not even there. Just brutal. Lurker, though. Woo! Up to 3 kills. Takes both of those Cyclones down. Where did your Raven go? Good dodge. Great dodges on that Cyclone, actually. Oh! Hydras keep wandering inside the circles, which seems really bad. Okay, this Lurker is doing way too much damage. Did all your Ravens die? All your Ravens died. All of them died. Oh my gosh, a scan. VladImpaler used a scan, and then he walked his Cyclones right past the Lurker, and one of them died. But the two of them did manage to take him out. A happy day for everybody who is interested in seeing that Lurker die. What do we got here? Drones are transferring over to this attempt at a 5th base. Never did replace the 3rd base or the natural. Did Chortle here, but expanding over to the right at this point. So it's basically a 3-basing Terran. Man, these Lurkers are good against Cyclones. They are good against Cyclones, doing extra damage to them. Just sitting at the bottom of the ramp and hitting Cyclones as they come out of the factories at the top here. It's pretty funny stuff. A bunch of idle SCVs here for Vlad. Come on, Vlad. You got this thing. You got this thing. Get these workers to work. 47 to 46 Harvesters, pretty darn even to this point. Ground Carapace on the way for Chortle. Another Raven coming out. Really needs to be able to see those Lurkers, I think, is his thinking there. A lot of Hellions. I love to see the Hellbat transition. I would. Does he have an armory at this point? He does have an armory, so these could turn into Hellbats. They've got +3 Terran vehicle plating and +1 attack. SCVs repairing up these Cyclones. What are we working on here for the Zerg player? It's Ling, Hydra, more Hydras on the way, basically 7 Hydras. That +2 ground carapace still being researched, and another base coming out for Vlad. He's making a command center at least. I'm not sure where he's planning on landing that, whether it is nearby or not. Alright, so both these players, again, being a little bit cautious, which I don't know that I can blame them for, just seeing some weird stuff on both sides. I mean, I don't know. I guess this is fairly standard, like a Ling, Lurker, Hydra type play from Chortle. Not super standard, but when you're going up against somebody who's going Liberator, Cyclone, Hellion, you have to go a little bit unorthodox and substandard yourself. Or non-standard yourself, not necessarily substandard, but non-standard. Is that Neosteel plating? Yeah. Building structure armor. Upgrades the armor of structures by 2. Why not? Why not get that upgrade, I suppose? 120 to 138 total supply. Vlad has a bit of a lead here on his Zerg opponent. I just feel like the Cyclones aren't quite enough to do this thing by themselves, you know? The Vikings spotting these Overlords that are trying to come out, coming up the ramp here. Blue Flame roasting all the Hellions, though. Ow! Can the Hydras hang on themselves? I don't know. These SCVs are on follow and repair. That's going to be useful. That's going to be useful here. Vikings taking out Overlords. Not quite supply blocking the Zerg player. Actually, not even close to supply blocking the Zerg player. 126 out of 144 available supply right now. More lurkers coming in for Chortle because, hey, if at first you don't succeed, go for more and more lurkers. Coming on in, clearing out creep tumors. A lock-on being used on the Hydras. Trying to clear out creep tumors, but apparently it takes more than a couple blasts from a Hellion to take one out. So, who knew? Ravens with Hunter Seeker here might be good. Auto turrets, dang, really useful in taking out that lurker. More and more lock on. There are no lurkers here whatsoever. Are there any liberators? These liberators could be very useful if they continue to siege up here. Spine crawlers on the way. More liberators coming into play here. I like the liberator play. I do enjoy the liberator play. 5 more drones on the way for Chortle, just trying to take a big lead on the Terran opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 bases now here for Chortle versus 3. So basically, it's 4. It's 4 for Vlad. He does have a base there, but my goodness, Vlad is mined out of his main and his natural base. Pretty fantastic, landing another one here in the bottom right. So he's soon to have 3 mining bases versus the 3 mining bases of Chortle. It's just about 4. It is just about 4, so the Zerg player having a lead should be useful here. Spire on the way and Fester on the way for Chortle. This just shows the importance of droning up, you guys, and SCVing up. These armies should be a lot bigger here at the 21-minute mark. But because they didn't get their worker count up fast enough, they don't have the economy to support it. They're spending their money pretty well. At least Chortle is. Vlad has like 3,000 minerals in the bank right now. Struggle for the Terran player. Chortle expanding again. Whew, looking fantastic. Liberator's trying to find stuff to kill. Not quite sure how they want to do this thing. Some roaches scouting around just get destroyed by these tanks, not even in siege mode. And here it is, lock on from the high ground, from Vlad doing a lot of work. Liberators just roasting up roaches all over the place. Going down that ramp seems like a really bad idea. Make the Zerg player come to you. Lock on the high ground, destroying a couple Hydras from distance. From distance, Liberators 3 kills and 6 kills each, trying to kill another Overlord. Chortle not supply blocked yet. Where is your Raven? Did you lose your Raven again? He lost his Raven again. Dang it. This 5th base under direct assault here by these Cyclones. The Queen dies. The drones all going to die, but lock on finishing him off, and bam! Base gone. Destructible comes down at the same time, though. Chortle comes up the ramp. Tanks trying to destroy what they can. Tanks aren't even in siege mode. Why are you not in siege mode, tanks? I do not know. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought about it for a second, and I don't know why they weren't. I suppose the answer is that Vlad was busy microing elsewhere, but man, you got to siege up those tanks as soon as they show up, right? Are you making another Raven? No, you're still not clearing out this creep very well, are you? Also, these lurkers will continue to be a problem. It looks like Chortle is... Maybe there was a pause we missed. Maybe there was a quick pause there at the 22-minute mark of this match. I don't know. VladImpaler does have, again, these mining bases. These 3 mining bases. Chortle also has 3, has expanded here at the bottom right, has retaken his natural, not really mining from that though, and it's 53 to 45 total harvesters. 20 drones have been killed. 3 SCVs have lost their lives. I think those are ones that were on the front lines though. I don't think Chortle's actually been able to put any pressure whatsoever on the Terran player back home. Vlad pretty much had map control, pretty much forced Chortle to respond to everything that he's doing rather than the other way around, and that's usually a good way to win. It's just a good way to win at StarCraft 2. So it's a Ling Hydra play, which I don't know if I can suggest. Just because of the Hellions with the upgrades. Dang it, Vlad, don't go down that ramp. There are lurkers there. Oh, he scans the lurkers. Does he have enough time to kill them before the scan wears off? Yeah, lock on. No, can't do it. 27 hit points left. And here comes Chortle coming up the backside, taking out the Liberators from the side. They were not expecting Lings getting surrounds on the tanks. Tanks abandoned once again. Liberators trying to set up those defender mode circles. Not doing a very good job of being far away from the circles. I think those are actually hittable from outside the circle by Hydras with the range, with the muscular augment upgrade, which the Hydras do have. All right, so here it is once again, trying to kite. I wonder if Vlad's just practicing his kiting abilities. That would explain what is going on here. Liberators need to set up more defender mode circles. And getting 3 very nice ones here. I've always thought they look like baseballs. Hive on the way for Chortle here at the 24-minute mark. Another replacement Raven coming in for Vlad as well. And continuing to make these Cyclones almost fully upgraded on his mech. Still doesn't have +3 vehicle weapons though, which seems like a bit of an oversight, but we'll be just fine with that. And yeah, some more idle SCVs. here at the third base. Some Lings running up the ramp just getting destroyed. These siege tanks are in siege mode, but again, fairly unprotected at this point. Sensor tower up as well, and here he comes. Now that he has his Raven back, he's brave to deal with these lurkers. Bring your tanks. Take your tanks, reposition them like right here, and I think you can hit them from there. Auto turrets getting tossed on down. One trying to burn down a lurker. Can't do it. Two lurkers are too much DPS. And finally, Chortle forces the issue, attacking this planetary fortress 5th base from Vlad with these +2/+2 Hydras. Some of them die. The repair tries to save it, but no, can't save it. Too much DPS on those Hydras. The army coming in to try to stop it from happening. Getting rid of a couple Corruptors very well indeed. The Hydras turn the tables and actually try to chase back the Terran army a little bit. Then they change their mind and continue to retreat. Getting roasted alive by Hellions is not exactly a good feeling here. Is Vlad going to try to take this base out? He might. Hydras need to commit. Hydras, commit. Right? Like, either commit to pushing the Terran player back or retreat. He just keeps wandering into lock-on mode range and then wandering away again. Rough stuff. There's that +3 Terran vehicle weapons that Vlad is working on. Is he going to replace this 5th base that died? He could lift off this one or this one from his natural or his main base and land it to replace, but I'm not sure he's aware of that option. 51-44 Harvesters. Chortle is making 8 more drones now. And continued Hellion, Cyclone, Viking, production. Chortle's actually not making anything right now. Chortle, what are you doing, man? Where's your focus? He does have some Hydras. He's rallying. Small attack of Hellions. Viking, Raven trying to do this thing. Not really working out very well, though. Run! Get out of there. Get on out of there. More Cyclones coming in. More Hellions as well. Tanks going into that there siege mode. And more Corruptors coming in. I think the Corruptors are there pretty much for the Ravens and the Liberators. That's a pretty good choice, actually. From Chortle, getting +2 flyer attack. Spore Crawler on the way for Chortle somewhere. Where is he throwing up Spore Crawlers? Oh, a Spore and a Spine here at this base along the right side. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6th base. Here for Chortle, it's 58-44. Total Harvesters getting +3/+3 for his Hydras. That's a good feeling. Good feeling to get that +3/+3. Cyclones trying to sneak around, but walking on top of creep. It means the Zerg player knows where you are, Vlad. And here it is, taking out yet another base with this lock-on ability. Bam! Base dies so quickly, but no! Cyclones get caught by Lings, get caught by Hydras. They're not quite fast enough to retreat. Some of them do manage to survive, but several have been killed as well. How many Cyclones have died in this game? 35! 35 Cyclones have lost their lives so far. 7 Liberators, 6 Vikings, 23 Hellions, 57 Hydras, 44 Roaches, and 19 Banelings, 14 Lurkers. That's a lot of dead stuff. A lot of dead stuff. Zerg player definitely has lost more, about 29,000 versus 20,000. Yeah, so I mean, Vlad's winning the cost-efficient battle here. I just don't know if he has what it takes to actually win a straight-up head-on battle with what the Zerg player is doing, and you kind of have to be able to do that at some point. So here comes Chortle from the right side. Tanks, once again, pretty unsupported. They get some shots off, then they die immediately. Liberators trying to kill stuff. Corruptors doing a great job against the Liberators. 2 Hydras killing them at the same time. These are finally Hellbats from Vlad, but too many Hydras. The Hydra Corruptor composition pretty darn good. Lock on, trying to do what it can against the Corruptors, but can't quite do it. And yes, walks into some more tanks. Chortle's forced to retreat. He doesn't want to handle 2 tanks with the handful of Hydras that he has. And Vlad chasing him back onto the creep here. Dude, without that tank support, you're in trouble. He did not realize. Gonna lose a couple more. The Lings are a great answer to these Hellions. Gonna get a surround, killing a couple of them. These tanks overextending a little bit, but no, it's a planetary fortress and 2 tanks in siege mode. That's a tough kill. That is a tough kill. Unless Chortle can use caustic spray on this planetary fortress. Come on, Chortle. There's nothing here to kill you in the air. Get it. Get it with the caustic spray. Chortle, you're in the right position to make it happen. Go. Do you... Oh, Chortle. Chortle, it's right here. Click. Click it. This is not going well for you. This planetary fortress is racking up the kills. Has 29 kills with SCVs repairing it. Hydras falling all over the place. And if only Chortle knew about caustic spray that can attack buildings. It hits really hard. It's great for taking down planetary fortresses, and nothing here could stop you from doing it. Another couple unsupported tanks in the middle of Nowheresville. Actually doing better than I expected against these Hydras. Trying to run for its life. Might have saved itself some time, but not really. A couple Morlings losing their lives. I mean, this is just, it's been skirmish after skirmish here. Hydra's dying. Liberator, 6 kills, 5 kills. 30 minutes into this one. Another base here for Vlad. So he might go back to 3 mining bases as his third is completely mined out as well. He's done a good job at mining out bases here. Chortle's been a little bit slower at it, as you can see here. I guess maybe mules make up the difference there. 52 to 42 harvesters. Greater Spire on the way from Chortle. Oh, I like the Broodlord idea. I just feel like Mass Ling's kind of the way to go. Liberators are not great against Mass Ling. Lings are great against Cyclones and tanks. That's pretty much all you have to deal with. So I say you make like just 100 Lings with good upgrades and just wreck house here. Bring in Corruptors to clean out the Liberators later. That's really all you have to do. Idle SCVs here at the base. Vlad is not doing a good job babysitting his idle SCVs at all. Not even the tiniest bit of a good job. Come on, dude. Oh, he's making him build missile turrets, kind of. Hey, he is putting him to work, except for this one. You're a lazy SCV, is what you are. And it's just, it's 120 to 96 total supply. Chortle has a nice lead on his opponent here. It's just, he can't quite break the contain. He can't quite finish off this army entirely. I know he ran into that planetary fortress. It was kind of a bad deal. Kind of a bad deal. And there's the Broodlord production. All right, so Broodlord's here. I like Broodlords at this position here. All right, what's the range on lock on? Does it say what it is? It shows what it is. It's pretty far, but I don't think it's actually far as a Broodlord. A Broodlord range, which is like 12? 11. It's a range of 11 here. Alright, so coming on in, and Broodlings on top of everybody. He's going for it now. Roaches, Hydras, Broodlords trying to destroy this army. The Broodling Strike doing a great job of it. But no, it's not enough. Oh no, lock-on's being used on the Broodlords now. They cannot do it on their own. And that's it. Chortle! Calling the GG. Is it over yet, Chortle? GG, says VladImpaler. Is he going to leave? No, he won that battle. A premature GG out of Chortle. Yeah, I don't know if it's over yet. Zerg, buddy, I don't know if it is. Broodling falling from the sky. Corruptors taking out Medivacs. And the Corruptors are owning the skies right now. Broodlord kind of owning everything else as there is nothing else to hit it. The Liberators running for their lives in the face of the Corruptors. Broodlings right on top of tanks. Taking them out. Sensor tower being destroyed as well. Liberator versus Corruptor never going to work very well for the Liberator. And yes, Corruptor is winning that battle fairly handily. Chortle might have spoken too soon, you guys. Might have spoken too soon. Indeed, Lings. Broodlords. More Broodlords coming in here. 117 to 84 total supply. Liberators in a lot of trouble. Single Corruptor left. Trying to save it, but no. Some Cyclones come on in. Lings going for it. Ling, Broodlord. You got to do something about those Liberators, though. You have to have some Corruptors to deal with it. He is making some Hydras that could be useful. Look at how well these Lings do against these Cyclones. I don't think they're even upgraded that. Okay, they have +2, +3. They're pretty well upgraded. No, Liberators against... Liberators against the Broodlords. Run, Broodlords, run. Planetary Fortress again causing huge problems. Huge problems for Chortle. I think he can take it with these Broodlords, but he needs something to take the Liberators out first. Where are your Hydras? Hydras, no! Hydras, get rid of the Liberators. Come over here. Come over here. Do not take down. Do not even try to take down this Planetary Fortress by yourselves. Don't do it. Oh, a Viking comes in. Viking comes in as well. All the Broodlords are gone. Somehow Vlad has held. He's got Lings, but that number of Lings can't take down a Planetary Fortress by themselves. I just don't think they can. This thing has 45 kills to it. Planetary Fortress just destroying fools like they're not even there. Up to 55 now. Make it 56. Around 56. Chortle expanding here to the gold. Again, both players spending their money pretty well. Oh, finally Corruptors show up to get rid of this Liberator with 43 kills. A 43 kill Liberator sitting outside the natural base, just killing, I think it was probably rallying Lings, rallying Hydras. Just taking bad routes and walking into that Liberator like it was a minefield. Which, I guess it kind of was. More Cyclones, more Vikings. I cannot believe this game. I cannot believe how crazy this game is. I mean, having this gold base is a pretty big deal for Chortle. Vlad just doesn't have any workers. He's got 37 total SCVs. He's lost 21. Chortle's lost 24. Chortle has 49 workers. Has never really been able to break that 60 worker mark so far in this game. I feel like this is more of an Into the Void game. Although I suppose it could be gold. It could be gold. Although those of you who are in gold, you tell me. You tell me if this looks like gold or not, because I'm not entirely sure. Expanding again here is Chortle. Yeah, I mean, the more I look at this, the more I feel like that GG was just premature out of Chortle. Felt like he was going to lose that battle. Didn't end up losing it. And then kind of made a push, but planetary fortresses are the bane of his existence. 56 kills on that one. Gold base in trouble. Where's the army here? It's going to be Lings. It's going to be Corruptors. Does he have enough Lings? It's not enough Lings, I don't think. Hellion's getting inside that mineral line, roasting up them drones. Corruptors trying to get rid of this air stuff. They could, except for the fact that there are Cyclones on the ground using that lock-on ability. Oh, Corruptors. Boosh. All dead. All dead. It's 109 to 92 total supply. Coming on in. Hellion's trying to burn down this building. Cyclones say, can we give you a hand? Can we give you a hand? Taking out yet another hatchery. 5 hatcheries have been killed so far by Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler. 60. Hey, remember what I said about Chortle not breaking the 60 worker mark? That's 65 workers out of the Chortle. And moving in again is Vlad the Impaler. He does not have a Raven. He does not use scan, so he can't take out these creep tumors. Oh, he did throw down a scan. But it was not where the creep tumor was. Unfortunately for him, you got to take out that lurker. Nope, he lets the lurker be. He lets it be. An expansion to the other gold base for Chortle up along this left side. Ah, he's going for it. He's going for the lurker. Lock-on ability does take it down. That's another dead lurker. That is 17. 17 dead lurkers thus far. Man, neither player can really kill the other one. I have high hopes for this push for Vlad, though. Come on, Vlad. Come on, Vlad. Do it. Oh, if you get these workers, that'd be a good thing. Oh, so many dead drones. The blue flame. The blue flame is a lot of flame. Vlad lets the rest of them go, taking out yet another hatchery. Can he get it with the lock-on ability? I think he can. Lings once again trying to come on in here, but it's just the blue flame. So good. So darn good. Doing 25 damage. Splash versus light here. And that's it. Chortle leaves the game having lost his 6th hatchery. Vlad is victorious and winning it for Terran today. All right, so we'll go ahead and let him do his thing, but we'll wrap things up now. So pretty interesting. Non-standard mid-rank madness there. The strategy by Vlad I don't think was great. It's just Cyclones are so weak. They take damage from everything. And it just causes a huge problem when you are trying to stand in and actually fight with another army. It just doesn't work out in the long run. So all right, so well done by the Terran. Terran fans should be happy about this one. Again, 37 minutes. Woo. Whew, crazy one for sure. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Mid-Rank Madness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Robert Farmer, KN, Matt Meermans, Hakon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Kith Carlo, Alexander Canaras, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estagoy, Bob Brissett, Kale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Menhadin, GMP, Sik Kupata, Pedro Batsaris, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Chang, Rajiv Bhatt, link at the top right. Thank you. Bye.